Hello? No, don't do that. Don't throw up these signs. Hello, welcome back to my floor. Because I still don't have any furniture. That post-student life is just... I have a new fun backdrop. It's way back in the summer. I thought it'd be dreamy and like a fun aesthetic to make some macrame curtains for my bedroom. So I hung up all this string, not macrame cord, cotton string, first mistake, on my curtain rod in my old place. And then I proceeded to leave it there for months and months without actually macrameing anything. So then when I had to move, I didn't have a curtain rod. So I found a nice wooden, I'm too lazy to move, but I found a wooden dowel to put it on a Canadian Tire. Thank you, Canadian Tire. And I rehung all the string on this dowel, and I finally started macrame after 8 months of the initial birth of this project in my head. So that's what we have going on in the background, is some hanging string. And yeah, it's really big and it's string and it's not macrame cord, so it's gonna take me for bloody ever to try macrame something. But that's fine. I mean, what else am I doing with my time? Besides Instagram stalking Niall Horn. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. Therefore, macrame string project. I'm getting off topic. Fast fashion. Amazing. A nice cheery topic. I was away visiting some friends this past weekend, and forgive me, environmentalists, for I have sinned. I have bought fast fashion. Specifically this piece of fast fashion. I also bought a pair of pants. I'm sorry, it happened. I did it. It's bought now. I've already worn it. The city's too far away that I was visiting to overturn it. And I was feeling really guilty about it. But then I was thinking why I decided to buy this sweater and those pair of pants. My friends and I were talking about the fast fashion industry, specifically the sustainability aspect and how difficult it is to find like sustainable clothing. Even the most sustainable clothing isn't that sustainable. All these like kind of expensive sustainable companies that promise for ethical production and fair labor and fair trade and all these kind of things that these companies promise, and how there's like a transparency issue though sometimes, and how they might not even be that sustainable. I mean, a lot of these big companies, they do outsource their production to other countries, and these other countries don't have the same ethical bars, these kind of bars of ethicalness or bars of sustainability that have to be met. So a brand could be saying like, oh, this is like 100% sustainable, made from sustainable fabric, and it's ethically produced. But over in their production side, it could be ethically produced by that factory's standards, which as like a consumer, you would have no idea what that is because you can't see it. So there's definitely like a lack of transparency in the sustainable clothing world. Anyway, so that's what we were talking about, and how it's honestly like feels really hopeless when you're really trying, but all these like landmarks and all these like tags that say, oh, it's fair trade, no, it's certified, blah, 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 and it's ethical, and it's really only for the consumer. It's like to make the consumer feel better about what they're buying. Some of these tags are not helping the actual people that are producing them or helping to dismantle the system under which fast fashion is created. Oh God, I sound like that, like a poli-sci student, like there's no fair production under capitalism. You just never really know where your clothes are coming from if they're outsourced production, even if they are sustainably produced. So that's what we're talking about, and that's what kind of led me to buy the clothing, is that it was one of those moments when it just felt really helpless, like, because it's so hard. Okay, it's obviously like, it's not the biggest issue in the world right now, obviously, but it's very difficult as a consumer to know what to buy and what to buy sustainably, and just like there's a lot of greenwashing happening. So that's kind of what led me to make the fast fashion purchases I made, was that it was just like one of those like why bother moments. Like if so much is going wrong, why bother? We're all doomed anyway, so like why bother, you know? Like everything's controlled by like this company, this company, this company, and we're all gonna die from pollution, so why care? Like that kind of feeling, not so great. I did not have a breakdown in the middle of the mall, I promise. My coffee's lukewarm. So yeah, that was kind of where I was at this week. I was feeling like really guilty over buying a sweater and a pair of pants. I just felt like I was going to environmental hell, which I probably am anyway. It's fine, it's fine. It's, you know, I think we also have to forgive ourselves a little bit more and not be so stringent on these like bars we need to meet in order to be sustainable or in order to be ethical or care about the environment or whatever. Like, just because I bought a fast fashion sweater does not mean I don't still care. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that I like really messed up. I just had a human moment where I was shopping with friends and I bought a sweater. And I don't know if that's the worst thing. I mean, it's not like I'm dumping 100 plastic bottles per minute into the ocean system. You know, it's not like that. And I know those memes come out, I know those videos, I know all the pictures come out, and it's like, it's just one coffee cup, said 7 billion people. And yes, I totally understand that small things make a big difference, I know, but I think we all just have to forgive ourselves a little bit more, and it's fine. And you know, if you need an outfit for an interview and you're freaking out, it's fine, it's okay, you know? Like, you can't always find the perfect blazer thrifting. It's really hard. I looked for a year for a blazer and I finally found one at a secondhand store, and I've never used it once because I honestly hate blazers and I feel like it's such a tool wearing them, but not the point. Like, if you have an interview and you need some clothes, that's fine. If fast fashion is all you can afford right now, that's also fine. Not everyone can afford to buy these the really expensive sustainable brands. I don't know, if you're out shopping with your friends and you buy a pair of socks and it's not the end of the world, it's gonna be okay. It's not all your fault. It's also the company's fault and the production's fault. And as the consumer, it's not all your fault. I would argue it's not your fault at all because we're being marketed this stuff and some of it's greenwashed. Yeah, thanks for listening. That was a lot of rambling. I will eventually get to the day where I can construct a full thesis and wrap up my thoughts quicker in not such a rambly fashion. But the day's not today. Maybe next week. Anyway, I hope everyone has a really good week. Whenever I say that at the end of these videos, I go into like a high pitch, I go into like server voice, you know what I mean? Like, hi, how are you? How can I help you? Anyway, now I'm all self-conscious about how I'm saying this. I hope you have a really good week. Thanks for watching. Bye.